Blake Lively's reputation has taken a nosedive, and the latest shopping scandal might just be the final straw. Once considered America's sweetheart, the Gossip Girl star is now facing a wave of criticism that has the internet calling her everything, from entitled to downright toxic. But what's really behind this dramatic fall from grace? The story everyone's talking about happened just hours ago at a trendy New York boutique called Stoney Clover Lane. A TikTok user named Landon shared what she called a horrible experience, witnessing Lively's behavior during a shopping trip. According to Landon, the actress was browsing for customized bag patches with her family when things got uncomfortable fast. She claims Lively was dismissive and rude to the store employees, making demanding requests while completely ignoring her own children. The fan described watching the interaction unfold as genuinely cringeworthy, saying the way Lively treated the staff was unacceptable. What makes this incident particularly damaging is the timing. This isn't just another celebrity having an off day. This is the latest in a series of controversies that have completely changed how the public sees Blake Lively. The shopping incident quickly went viral, with thousands of comments from people sharing their own negative encounters or expressing how disappointed they are in someone they once admired. The phrase entitled behavior started trending, and suddenly everyone was talking about whether this shopping scandal was just the tip of the iceberg. But here's where things get really interesting. This shopping controversy comes on the heels of what might be the most damaging period of Lively's entire career. Last year's promotion of It Ends With Us turned into a PR nightmare that exposed what many are calling her true colors. The film, which deals with the serious topic of domestic violence, was promoted by Lively in a way that left viewers and critics absolutely stunned. Instead of acknowledging the heavy themes of abuse and trauma, she treated the movie like it was a fun girls' night out film. Her promotional strategy was tone-deaf beyond belief. Lively encouraged fans to grab your friends and wear your florals to see a movie about domestic violence. She posted cheerful TikToks that completely ignored the film's serious message, focusing instead on fashion and friendship. Survivors of domestic violence spoke out, calling her approach disrespectful and harmful. The backlash was swift and brutal, with many pointing out that she seemed more interested in promoting her own businesses and personal brand than addressing the film's important themes about abuse. The It Ends With Us controversy revealed something that many fans hadn't seen before, a side of Blake Lively that seemed disconnected from reality and insensitive to serious issues. When asked directly about domestic violence in interviews, she deflected with jokes or changed the subject entirely. One particularly cringe moment went viral when she turned a serious question about the film's message into a joke, leaving the interviewer visibly uncomfortable. This wasn't just poor media training, it felt calculated and cold. What happened next was like watching someone's reputation crumble in real time. Old interview clips started resurfacing, and suddenly people were seeing Blake Lively through a completely different lens. A 2016 interview went viral where she appeared incredibly rude to a journalist, cutting off questions and acting dismissive throughout the entire conversation. The journalist later revealed that the interview was so uncomfortable that it nearly made her quit entertainment reporting altogether. Fans who had defended Lively for years were shocked by what they saw. More clips emerged showing what appeared to be a pattern of difficult behavior. There were moments where she seemed to mock interviewers, times when she appeared to be making passive-aggressive comments, and instances where her responses came across as entitled and out of touch. Social media users compiled these moments into viral threads, and the consensus was clear. This wasn't just having a bad day. This was consistent behavior that had been overlooked for too long. Then came the bombshell that changed everything. The legal battle with her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni exploded into public view in the most dramatic way possible. Lively filed a complaint alleging sexual harassment and claiming that Baldoni created a hostile work environment on set. She accused him of making inappropriate comments and engaging in behavior that made her uncomfortable during filming. The allegations were serious and detailed, painting a picture of a toxic workplace that went far beyond typical Hollywood drama. But Baldoni didn't stay silent. He fired back with his own lawsuit, claiming that Lively and her team orchestrated a smear campaign to destroy his reputation and career. The counter-allegations suggested that Lively had used her influence and connections to damage his standing in the industry. What followed was a legal battle that played out in the media, with both sides presenting evidence and making claims that kept the entertainment world glued to every development. The lawsuit revelations were explosive. Court documents revealed text messages, emails, and behind-the-scenes details that gave the public an unprecedented look into Hollywood power dynamics. Whether you believed Lively's harassment claims or Baldoni's counter-accusations, one thing was clear. This wasn't just a professional disagreement. This was a full-scale war between two celebrities with everything on the line. Throughout all of this, more stories about Blake Lively's past behavior started emerging. People began digging into her history and finding moments that hadn't gotten much attention before, but now seem significant. Her 2012 plantation wedding became a topic of discussion again, with critics pointing out the problematic nature of celebrating at a location with such a dark history. Comments she had made in past interviews were re-examined, and patterns of insensitive remarks started becoming apparent. The internet detective work was relentless. Social media users found instances where Lively had made tone-deaf jokes, moments where she seemed to lack awareness about serious issues, and times when her privilege appeared to shield her from consequences. What emerged was a picture of someone who had been given pass after pass because of her image as the wholesome girl next door, but who might not deserve that benefit of the doubt. Industry insiders started sharing their own stories, though most remained anonymous. Tales of difficult behavior on sets, demanding requests, and entitled attitudes began circulating. While these stories couldn't be verified, they fit a pattern that was becoming impossible to ignore. The Blake Lively that fans thought they knew was starting to seem like a carefully crafted public persona, rather than an authentic representation of who she really was. The transformation of public opinion was remarkable to witness. Fan pages that had supported her for years started posting disappointed messages. Comment sections that used to be filled with praise became spaces for people to share their changed perspectives. The actress who had once been celebrated for her style, her marriage to Ryan Reynolds, and her seemingly perfect life was now being seen as out of touch, entitled, and potentially manipulative. Social media played a huge role in this shift. Platforms like TikTok and Twitter became spaces where people could share their thoughts and experiences, creating a snowball effect that traditional media couldn't ignore. The hashtags associated with her name went from positive to predominantly negative. Video essays analyzing her behavior racked up millions of views. The court of public opinion had reached its verdict, and it wasn't favorable. What makes this situation particularly fascinating is how quickly everything changed. Just a year ago, Blake Lively was still generally well regarded by the public. Her social media posts got positive engagement, her fashion choices were celebrated, and her projects generated excitement. The transformation from beloved celebrity to public enemy happened with a speed that's rare in Hollywood, where controversies often build slowly over time. The recent shopping incident feels like the culmination of everything that's been building. It's not just about how she allegedly treated store employees, it's about what that behavior represents in the context of everything else that's come to light. For many people, it was the final piece of evidence they needed to confirm their changed opinion about who Blake Lively really is behind the cameras and red carpets. But here's what's really interesting about this whole situation. It raises bigger questions about celebrity culture and how we perceive public figures. Was Blake Lively always like this and we just didn't want to see it? Or has fame and privilege changed her over the years? The answer probably lies somewhere in between, but what's undeniable is that the mask has slipped and the public has noticed. The impact on her career could be significant. Hollywood is an industry that runs on perception and public opinion, and when both turn negative, it becomes incredibly difficult to maintain the same level of success. Projects get canceled, endorsement deals disappear, and opportunities dry up. We've seen it happen to other celebrities who fell from grace, and Blake Lively might be heading down that same path. What's particularly striking is how this controversy spans multiple areas of concern. It's not just one mistake or one bad decision. It's a pattern of behavior that includes insensitivity to serious issues, alleged mistreatment of colleagues, problematic promotional choices, and now reports of rude behavior toward regular people just trying to do their jobs. When you add it all up, it paints a picture that's hard to ignore. The question now is whether Blake Lively can recover from this reputational damage. Some celebrities have managed to come back from similar situations, but it usually requires genuine accountability, significant changes in behavior, and a lot of time. The public is often willing to forgive, but only if they believe the person has truly learned from their mistakes and grown as a result. So far, Lively's response to the various controversies has been limited. She eventually posted domestic violence resources after the "It Ends With Us" backlash, but many felt it was too little, too late. Her legal team has been active in the Baldoni situation, but that's different from personally addressing the broader issues that have been raised about her character and behavior. The shopping scandal might seem minor compared to the legal battles and career controversies, but in many ways it's the most relatable for regular people. Everyone has worked in retail or service jobs, and stories about celebrities treating workers poorly hit differently than abstract discussions about movie promotion or Hollywood drama. It's the kind of behavior that makes people think about how they would feel if they or someone they loved was treated that way. What we're witnessing with Blake Lively might be a perfect storm of accumulated grievances finally reaching a tipping point. The internet has given people a platform to share their experiences and opinions in ways that weren't possible before, and when those voices come together, they can create a narrative that becomes incredibly difficult to escape or control. Broader implications of this situation extend beyond just one celebrity's reputation. It's a reflection of changing expectations for public figures and how quickly the public can turn when behavior doesn't match the image someone has cultivated. In an age where authenticity is valued more than ever, appearing fake or manipulative can be career-ending in ways that traditional scandals might not have been in the past. Blake Lively's fall from grace serves as a reminder that celebrity status, doesn't protect anyone from accountability, especially when patterns of problematic behavior become impossible to ignore. Whether she can rebuild her reputation and career remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the Blake Lively era as America's sweetheart appears to be definitively over. The question now is what comes next, and whether she's capable of the kind of genuine growth and change that might eventually lead to redemption in the court of public opinion. What do you think about this whole situation? Are people being too harsh on Blake Lively, or is this accountability long overdue? Have you had your own experiences with celebrities behaving badly, or do you think there's more to this story than what we're seeing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear different perspectives on this. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button because celebrity drama like this doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon.